Now we are going to cover how to ignore some files. In the GitHub, Git tags every file. Whether it's a small space change only, then also it will tag those changes. But sometimes in a file there can be sensitive data. For example, your passwords, credentials in the .env file, or you can say you have the files of the logs, that is also sensitive data, or there are some temporary files and you don't want to get available in the GitHub repository online. So what you have to do, you have to make a file .gitignore. It will help you to ignore these files. Let's see how it works. First, go to the folder in which we were doing the practice. Open the command prompt and then go to that folder in which we were doing the practice. Now make one folder here. Go to that folder. Now by default, Git is not initialized in this folder. You have to initialize it. How? Git init. Using the git init function, you will initialize the Git inside that folder. Okay. Now open the VS Code and create some dummy files. What are dummy files? There will be a log file. Okay. You can create a log file here. You can create a .env file to the VS Code. Inside the git test, first we will create the .env file. In the .env file, we all store the credentials or the secrets. For example, API key. Create another file that is a log file. For example, I am naming it wm.log. Write anything. Webflow. We are creating some dummy files. First one is the .env file. If you have a look. Second one is the log file. Now third, we will create one dummy folder which we want to ignore that. Using the new folder option, name anything this folder. I am naming this VNV. Okay. Create one dummy file inside that folder. Test.py. Now what we have done in total, we have created three things. First one is the .env file. Second one is the w1.log. That's a log file. Third one is what? We have created one folder VNV test folder, and inside that folder we have created one dummy file. Now these are the three files which we have created, which we want to ignore also. Create one more file that we don't want to ignore. Go to the git test1 folder, then create that file. Else it would create inside the VNV folder. Name it Python example.py. Print hello. So there are four things here now. First one is the VNV folder .env file, and third one is the Python file which we don't want to ignore. Fourth one is the log file. Now what we have to do, we have to first check what are the changes available right now. If you use the git status, you can see there are four things available right now. .env, Python s.py, VNV, w1.log. Now you want to ignore what things? I want to know .env file, I want to know VNV folder, I want to know w1.log. So how we can do that? Create one, go to the VS Code again. Inside the VS Code, create the file. Is that with this name? .gitignore. Is that with this name? Okay. For ignoring the log files, let's see what's the logic. So if you want to ignore anything, and then with the .csv, then you will add the **.csv. So we want to ignore all the log files. So what you have to do? Add **.log. So it will ignore all the files which have the .log as the extension. Now we want to ignore the folder VNV. So for ignoring this folder, you will use the VNV, the name of the folder, and the /. And we also ignore .env file. So name that .env file. Now again, check whether your files are available or not using the git status. Now again, type the git status and check whether your changes are available or not. Enter. Now see, only two things are available: .gitignore and Python x.py. Now if you commit the changes, then those three things will be ignored, but that folder plus del file plus .env file. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment box or the email ID.